Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do a page inside of this gorgeous book that I have received, and this is Twilight Garden by Maria Trolle. Isn't that little bunny cute? I absolutely love the colors on the outside of this book, and I'm going to try to duplicate some of these, like the color of the leaves and the color of the bleeding hearts and such inside the book. So we're going to see how we manage to do that. I'm going to be using my Polychromos that I also received, and I'm going to be doing this little guy right here. One of my subscribers had asked if I would do a little fox, and I'm going to do this little guy here. I'm going to make a few little adjustments to the fox's face. Now, he needs a little mouth, so I just taken a pencil and giving him kind of an outline here of where I want his little mouth to be on both sides. So we're just kind of giving him a little chin down under here. I'm also going to be doing a little different with his eyes here. I will be adding shading coming up into this area, and you won't really be seeing too much of his eyelashes and such. And then there's going to be a line that comes out here, so I'm going to put a pencil line on both sides to remind me where I want to put that. So I'm going to darken this area to blend into his fur. Okay, his ears are going to be darkened in this area here and lighter on the outside, but dark and black at the tips. And his fur is going to be kind of, foxy colored. But his tail here too is also going to be changed a little bit. Instead of this solid line, I'm going to bleed it in with some white, and I'm probably going to use a Posca pen for that. He's going to have a little whiteness around his cheeks here and tiny little bit highlighting his eyes. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get the camera set up down a little lower, and we will start working on the little guy. Okay, we're down. If you notice, the pencil lines are, kind of gray compared to everything else. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Walnut Brown, and I'm going to darken that area up. And bring it right up into his little nose there. And just kind of bring it out on the sides. Tiny bit. Because this will be blended into the white. But we want to give a resemblance of him having an actual mouth here. And a little chin down below. And just very lightly bringing that coloring out a little bit. And while I have this color, we're going to go up his side of his nose here, and I'm going to bring it up into the eye area. He is a sleeping fox, so we're going to kind of alleviate the eyelid as it is drawn in there. And we're just going to add the dark area in. And we'll get a little of it down here under his eye too. And over here in the corner where I made that line. I haven't used these pencils very much, so I'm kind of getting used to them still. They work really nice in this book. We're going to put the darkness in the center up here in the ear, just where it would be the darkest, and on this side also. And then a little shadowing up here. This is just kind of a base where I want the darkness to be. Okay, we're going to put a little up here too. Okay, and this is already changing his appearance a bit. We're going to darken up the areas down here where the shadow would be the heaviest. Behind his neck here, where there's a shadow. And this little area that doesn't have as much fur, I'm going to add a little bit of the shadow in here too. There's a lot of hair lines on here, but we'll be covering most of those up the more I layer the coloring into his fur here. And then because this is darkest down here by the flowers, we'll just darken that up a bit. And underneath his little face here. Tiny bit on his back. And then we'll bring in another color. And I want to add in some kind of red tones. So we're going to go in with the Terracotta. And just going to start bringing in some little lines. So I hope you guys had a great week. My last week was quite busy. Finally getting to be able to relax again and not have to run all over the place. Jury duty last week, and it was the next city over. So it was a drive to get over there every morning. And I finally got dismissed after a while. Wasn't enough court cases to go around for everybody, which was nice. Just going to bring the lines down on his back also, and kind of up. It's the reddest of the colors I want my little red fox here to have a nice undercoating of this color too. Then we had Easter, but before Easter we had a birthday party for my niece, great niece. Oh, but it's great niece. It's my niece-in-law. It always gets confusing. So my husband's nephew's wife and him have a little 4-year-old girl, and that makes her my great niece or something. Anyway, it was her birthday, and my daughter does the birthday cakes for the family, and of course little Blakely had wanted a dinosaur cake, so I wanted chocolate. It had to be chocolate cake with green icing. Kind of interesting. So my daughter designed it, and then we had to spend about almost 2 days putting it together, icing it, making it. It was a half sheet double layer cake to feed 35 to 40 people. So that took a while. And then the following day was Easter. And then it was time to relax on Monday. Not like you get to relax on Monday, but we were trying to recoup after all that. I was surprised on the cake. I mean, it turned out absolutely gorgeous, but we had to get it to their house, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive. And I had to put it out in the car, and the darn thing was so heavy. I didn't think a cake could weigh that much. Oh, color here is whatever I picked up. Okay. Dyck Brown. And we're going to darken here a little bit more. So yeah, putting it out in the car, and it's like 40 pounds. Really heavy. I've seen people, you know, on the Food Network channel, and they make these cakes, and they have like 4 people carrying it out to their van or carrying it to the next table or something, and I always went, well, it's just cake. It can't be that heavy. Yeah, it is. I was really surprised. I'm going to make some extra lines here, give my fox a little bit more fur. So when I pull it out, I'm just gonna fluff them up a bit. I'm kind of turning the pencil when I'm doing the little lines, so I have a sharp point on it. At least I'm trying to get a sharp point on it. And we're just going to keep going over the previous lines here. So I hope your weekend was great. Less busy than mine, hope. Okay, I want to bring in a lighter color, so this one is a light yellow ochre, and we're just going to add some of that in here to kind of want some highlights. Yellow is going to work better than white. Like I said, I'm going to do the white in the Posca probably, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, but I want to get some of these other colors in to some of the white so it gives it a little dimension. Okay, then we're going to get some Naples Yellow. Can add some of that in there too. Not too much, but okay. Then we're going to go back in with some browns. So burnt sienna. And just darken it in the areas, and we're just going over the areas over again. So in between darkening the shading and then just pulling it down in tiny little lines again. We'll just be doing that over the whole page. We'll be going over the yellow areas so they won't be so bright, but we want to leave some of that yellow shining through it. Okay, we're just going to keep going on him like this, so I'll probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Darken up that ear just a bit more. I'm not going to worry going over the flower lines because I can erase that out. And if I can't get it out all the way, it's okay. It's a tip and it will be in the darker green tones, so it's okay with me. I want to get the fur down and I want to get it so it doesn't look like I just colored it. I want those lines in there. To give him a free look. Then we'll go back with the, what do I have here? Burnt ochre. And just go in with those lines. Then we'll go in with the darker brown. Which one do I have? Go in with the walnut and deepen up any of these lines down here. Okay, that's kind of how he's going to look there. And I'll get out the Posca pen and I will show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so Posca pen, gonna make sure it works. We're just gonna take, let's see, hold on a second here. Take it in like around the ears, and we're gonna kind of bring it out over the black line, like fur. Then kind of bring it in on the pencil a little bit. So both directions. And then up on this area, kind of bring it, fluff it up over the other side. And then turn the action and kind of come in a little bit. We're going to do a little of that here just to cover up this black line also. And I'll go back over that with a dark pencil. And then we want to do his little mouthy area here. So we're going to add a little more fluff in here. Kind of up here too. Same on this side. And the same on his ear. And then a little bit on his eye here, just to highlight that a little more. Bit on his nose. Now his whole tail has got to be done this way, so I'm debating whether I want to do it all with the Posca or if I just want to bring in some acrylic paint. But I'll just be bringing the white in over where I've already colored it, but I think it needs to be brought in just a bit more in just little lines. Like I said, I'll probably just get the acrylic paint so I don't have to waste too much of Posca. I have to order those online. I'd rather just use my acrylic paint that I can get down at the store. Okay, we'll just use it's just a paintbrush I got, I believe on eBay. It's a number 4. It's kind of a sharp pointer detail brush. I believe they're for painting model cars or the little figurines. So it came in a set of, I believe, 8 or something. And then we're just gonna paint in his tail. Try to avoid the flowers. I'll probably add a little water to this too. Just so I can thin it down a little bit. Just make him a little fuzzier. Okay, now that we have a nice little base coat of that on there, I'll go in with the Posca and just add some more fluffy lines to it. I'll add a little cream in there after it dries with the cream pencil. What do we have? I'll start with the Ivory and just add some color in here since it's a different tone. And then I have a cream. And the cream is just a little bit lighter, so we'll go in with that one and just kind of put some depth in there, but it has to dry first. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it seems to be dry enough, and I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Ivory here. And I'm going to add a few of these little lines just to kind of blend that in a little better. This will scratch up a little bit of the white marker or Posca or paint. Give it a little coloring so it's not so stark white. Although I wanted him to have a white tail, I didn't want it to stand out so much. Then I'm going to go in with, I decided the cream was a little too yellow, so I'm just going to go in with a little of this Naples Yellow, which has got a little bit of a brown to it, and kind of give it some highlighted areas under the flowers. And then when it goes into the tail, I can blur it a little bit better. A little shadow here. Okay, then we're going to go in with the yellow ochre. Okay, and then a bit of the Dyck Brown. And just darken up these areas again. Figured the fox was going to probably be the longest part of this tutorial, so I thought I'd go ahead and start with it first. And it's not like you haven't seen flowers and leaves done before. Okay, I'm just going in to make sure there aren't any white lines down here. And a few more fluffs on this tail. A few more on his cheek. And then we're going to have to give him some whiskers because fox have whiskers. I'm going to darken up these little white lines I put up here just so they don't stand out as white. And there we go. A little more darkness on this part of his tail. I think the tail is probably fluffy enough. Just want to add a few more lines in on it. Okay, I'm going to take plain old black here. Okay, and we're going to add it in the darkest areas. Few lines coming up just to blend it in. And we're going to tip his ears a little bit with the black. Down where his leg meets his tummy, where it should be the darkest, and his tail line that comes up this way. I'm going to add a few of those lines in there too. Make sure we have the dark line here. So just kind of going over the line that's already there and then pulling down some of the black. Same on his back up here, follow that line and bring a few of those hairs down. Darken the areas that are next to the leaves and the flowers down here. Just around that line, just to darken it up. Okay, I'm going to darken his mouth. We're going to color his nose. Although it's black, we want to make sure it's the same color as the rest of the coloring we did. And then we'll throw in some little whiskers. I got probably a couple up here. There we go. And what I'll do is bring the camera over and up, and you can see our little fox and how cute he looks. So that'll be today's video. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in part 2 when I do some of the flowers and foliage on this. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed and would like to, go ahead, hit the bell if you'd like notifications, and I will see you in part 2. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye now.